It was Halloween night. The streets were alive with the glow of jack-o'-lanterns, their crooked smiles flickering in the dark. Children in costumes rushed from house to house, their laughter carrying through the chilly October air. But far from the cheerful lights and safe suburban homes, something darker waited. At the edge of town, a mansion stood alone. Its windows were shattered, its roof sagging under decades of rot. Ivy crawled across its walls like veins on a corpse, and yet tonight, faint candlelight flickered inside, as if the dead themselves had returned to celebrate. A group of college friends stood at its gates, their costumes bright against the crumbling stone. A witch, a skeleton, an angel, a vampire, a pirate. They laughed nervously, holding drinks and phones, daring each other to step inside. "This will be the best Halloween party ever," one of them said. They had no idea. The house was waiting. The doors groaned open. Inside, a grand ballroom stretched before them. Cobwebs hung from chandeliers, dust coated the floor, and cracks split the walls. They didn't care. They turned on speakers, lit candles, and began to dance. The old mansion trembled with music and laughter, as though alive again. But as the clock struck midnight, everything changed. The candles flickered, their flame stretching long shadows across the cracked wallpaper. The music cut off, without warning. The sudden silence was deafening. For a moment, no one moved. Then the house breathed in and exhaled cold. The girl, dressed as a witch, pulled out her phone to restart the music. But before her fingers touched the screen, crack! Her screen shattered. Her scream echoed across the hall. The others laughed nervously, but the witch's hands shook. It wasn't just a crack. The glass looked like something had pressed against it from inside. Moments later, someone noticed. The girl in the vampire costume was gone. Her mask lay abandoned on the staircase, a trail of blood drops leading upward into darkness. They called her name, their voices trembling, but only silence answered. The friends tried to leave, but the doors slammed shut on their own, shaking the walls. Windows sealed, hallways twisted. Shadows crept along the walls, shadows with no bodies. And somewhere in the distance, laughter began, deep, hollow, endless. The skeleton boy was next. A closet door burst open, and unseen hands wrapped around him. He screamed, clawing at the floor, his nails peeling away wood as he was dragged into blackness. The angel girl tried to run, but the floor beneath her feet cracked open. She fell, wings flapping desperately before the boards swallowed her whole. Her screams faded into silence. The survivors stood, frozen, trembling, unable to breathe. On the wall, an ancient portrait began to move. The painted family's eyes bled crimson, their mouths curled into sickening smiles, and then the portrait whispered, not with one voice, but with many, the voices of the missing. The remaining friends huddled in the grand hall, surrounded by flickering candlelight. Shadows stretched like claws across the floor, reaching for them. The mansion pulsed like a heartbeat. Every breath they took felt stolen. They tried to run, but the hallways twisted endlessly. Doors opened to reveal more doors. Staircases led upward, only to end in solid walls. The house was no longer a house. It was a trap, and they were prey. By 3 a.m., only one boy remained. His costume was torn, his body bruised, his face pale with terror. He staggered down a hallway, the others gone, their screams still echoing in his ears. Ahead, the front door stood open. For the first time, the house let him go. Cold October air rushed inside. He ran, never looking back. The next morning, police entered the mansion. The halls were silent. The party decorations were gone. No music, no blood, no friends. Only Halloween masks scattered across the dusty floorboards. In the grand hall, a tall, cracked mirror stood, and inside its reflection, the missing friends danced, laughing, forever young, forever trapped, their eyes empty, their smiles broken, their souls imprisoned in glass. The police fled. The mansion was sealed. But every year, on Halloween night, the doors open again. Music drifts out into the cold night. If you hear it, don't go inside, because once the party starts, you'll never leave.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe our channel for more interesting stories.